Will, collectively, all together, digitally, but only me physically with Will. William is a wonderful human being, one of my favorite people, one of my favorite muralists, and studio mates. We share this building with a bunch of other fantastic artists. And we are really excited to be able to sit down and talk to Will, because not only is Will a beautiful human being, but he's an extremely talented muralist, a really great community organizer, because you also, I was thinking about this today actually, that you organize the Wild West Mural Fest, and that completely flew off my radar for a second, because you do so much that I was like, I forgot about that completely. Yeah, and that's a lot. So I mean, I have trouble defining exactly what you do, because you do so much. I want to say like sculptor, community organizer, muralist, curator, extraordinaire.
Yeah, keep going. I like it. I like
Yeah. But I mean, would you take a couple minutes and just tell us about what you do? Like, how do you define what you're doing? Is it formulated, or are you just like, I'm just doing it?
Yeah, so I'm Will Heron, for those of you who are not my studio neighbor. Also go by Warren in street art land of murals. And what do I do? I'm an artist, and I find that artist is the most blanket way to tell people an all-encompassing part of my identity. I'm a maker, I make sculpture, I make painting. My heart of hearts is in public art. So the public art sphere of murals, street art, murals, everything in between. And then again, as Ben mentioned, I'm also a arts organizer. So I'm the artist liaison for Meow Wolf here in North Texas, where I get to corral the cats of artists that all work for our cool company. And I like to not only put my stuff in a public sphere, but find opportunities for other creatives to do so. So as you mentioned, curating Mural Fest here in West Dallas the past 8 years, and really like collaborating with all the other genius artists that live in the city.
Yeah, I love that. I did a mural for you guys.
You did.
2 years ago.
Big old wheat paste mural
Yes.
with some puppies.
Yeah, which I thought was really fun, because I remember thinking like, I don't do murals. But you were very like, yeah, just do it. Like you can, yeah.
Again, I go to artists first.
Yeah.
That allows you to do whatever you want and explore whatever you want. I'm not one to pigeonhole myself, and I think it's not the best idea for other people to pigeonhole themselves into a singular lane.
Yeah.
People are too full of creative ideas to be stuck in one lane, one printmaking or one sculpture or one installation performance. I think like an artist has the freedom to do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's really evident in your practice. Because you're constantly, I think, exploring new mediums and doing really great work. And I'll go somewhere, and I remember the first time I saw like your sculptural work. I mean, I know you, because we're studio mates, I know you make it. But it was a show that you were doing with Aaron Cluley, I think.
Yeah.
And I went to go see it, and I saw your name on the show flyer, and I was like, oh, cool, Will's gonna have work here. And then I went in and was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like a painting or something like that. But I'm just not surprised by like anything, because you're just doing so much like at a really high level, and you're doing it like really excellent.
It's very sweet.
And I'm always just excited it's like whatever he's doing, I'm gonna enjoy it.
It feeds my ADD.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
Being able to explore whatever I want and have the freedom to make whatever I want is, I think, like a pillar of my practice, but not staying stuck, not staying bored. Right. And yeah, exploring.
Yeah.
Learning from failure, making new shit.
Yes, 100%. How does Will get started in all of this?
How does Will get started? I tell people I was maybe like 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
And told my mom, like, I want to be a professional colorer when
Yeah.
I grow up. So at a young age, I very much knew like creativity, making, fed my soul. I guided to different zones in middle school, high school. Wanted to keep it my passion, and if I make art my work, no way it could still stay my passion. I went to college and was taking all these different types of classes at small liberal arts college, and then just like I think maybe junior year took a couple drawing and painting classes, and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah. So you weren't majoring in art?
I was not. I majored in psychology.
I didn't know that.
I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. I did pre-law stuff.
Wow.
And then, yeah, took some painting classes. And again, I've been taking art classes since middle school, high school. I've been making stuff my whole life.
Yeah.
And took these classes in college and had this kind of like, it was that coming of age time, but like, what am I doing with my life?
Right.
And like, what will sustain my soul?
Yeah.
So as a junior, I switched to a double major. Did a studio art major in like 2D, and kept doing the psychology stuff. I love humans. I love brains.
Right.
And then I was like, I need to figure out a way to be able to make art the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And if it's professionally and having a studio and being a full-time artist, amazing. Or if there's other avenues to get there, I was willing to explore it. But I knew like going to an office 9 to 5 and wearing a tie every day was not my dream.
Yeah.
Being able to like work on things with my hands, go from nothing to something, that was my dream.
I love that.
I didn't know sculpture, I didn't know it was mural work, I didn't know what it was gonna be, but I knew like art was my thing.
Yeah. So you graduate with you have the double major of the psychology
Double
and studio
major
art?
of two degrees that mean nothing to a lot of people. And yeah, I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with my life? And I went into teaching.
Really?
Psychology, getting to work with other humans, and then I wanted something art adjacent if it wasn't full-on art.
Yeah.
So I taught at a local public school here in Dallas, taught art for middle and high school, ended in high school. It was wild.
Yeah.
And taught for 10 years. And being able to teach and talk about art every day and show, I always say like I needed to find 1 to 10. I need to find one kid every year.
Right.
That was like little me. That was like art was their thing.
Right.
And that made it worth it to me. So getting to like show younger people what art was or what art could be. This is like, 2010s. So like street art was really big, but not in the textbooks. Graffiti was really big, but not in the textbooks. So how can I show these like inner city Dallas kids like art is not just these like dead white people in the Louvre.
Right.
Like there's all these other versions of art.
Right.
And also teaching allowed me to talk about, think about, do art every day, while also like grinding at night on my own practice.
Yes, I was just talking to my wife about this today. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna interview Will later, and she was like, oh, she says hi. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I was talking about your balance, like, because what you just said about the teaching and making the art at night, you still are really good at that.
Yes.
And I was talking to my wife about how like impressive I find that, because I'll work during the day, but there are some times that I stay late at night.
Yeah.
And you come in like clockwork.
Yep.
And you're like, boom, here I am.
I'm a night owl, clockwork. I come in, studio 8 p.m.
And you're working. Like you come in and you're like, I'm gonna be noisy. Is that cool? Like you're working. You're not like in here, I don't know, doom scrolling. Like you're.
Really? But working. I work really hard every day. Yeah.
But I see your work ethic, and it's so incredible because you are juggling you're juggling so much.
Yeah.
And I think that for a lot of the people that these videos are made for, it's people who are like just graduating art school or maybe just finished, and they're probably gonna end up in a similar situation. Like I'm working at Print Austin, and we all kind of juggle stuff. Not everybody manages it well though, and I'm sure you know a lot of people that they get a job and they're not making work anymore.
Totally.
So could you talk a little bit about maybe your method, or how do you juggle that so well?
Totally. Besides having ADD and OCD and all the DDs,
all the
whatever
Ds.
it is,
all the double Ds. Yeah.
No, I try to really like think about time as like a resource.
Yeah.
And I am a big person on like productivity, and using energy in a productive way. So I would love everything to be positive and optimistic. I'm like a toxic optimist, but I also understand like life is hard and like emotions are crazy. So good, bad, or ugly emotions, I think like taking time, being specific with your time, and productive.
Yeah.
So like what can I do that is productive in a defined amount of time? And so again, teaching really taught me a lot of good things, because like no matter what, 7 or 8 hours a day, I could be thinking whatever I want about my own art, but my focus was on my students.
Right.
Like there was no time for me to be making my own artwork in that time. So I knew for those 7 and 8 hours I was focused on that, but then the 8 hours outside of that, that was in my power and my control. So I would be like, if I can put 3 hours of work into my practice every day, hopefully someday that'll be 4 hours every day.
Yeah.
After about 6 years of full-time teaching, my boss was very gracious and wanted to keep me teaching art. They let me go part-time. So
Nice.
then I began scheduling 1 day full teaching, and then the next day I would have a full studio day. And that really taught me how to like schedule, plan time. If I had a piece I was trying to work on, I knew I didn't have 100 days out of 100 days. I had 50 days out of 100 days.
Yeah.
So how can I use time wisely to be productive in those 50 out of 100 days? Because I only got half of my work time
Yeah.
was on my studio practice.
Yeah.
And then that's helped me a ton, because then when I stopped teaching, pandemic was crazy.
Right.
Teaching art on a computer was crazy.
Yeah.
So I ended teaching in 2021, and now I had every day to be my own boss.
Yeah.
But I still tried to think in this like productive, scheduled way.
Yeah.
So maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, those are my studio days. And maybe Tuesday, Thursday are my inspiration days, and go out into the world and go into nature, go to the museums, go to gallery shows.
Yeah.
Or splitting up projects.
Yeah.
So some days were my sculpture days, and
Mhm.
some days were my grab spray paint and go to fabrication yard and practice spray painting in the fabrication yard days.
Yeah.
So still splitting up time in a way where it feels productive,
Yeah.
but also like I know my personality type, and I can't sit and work on one thing 15 hours a day, every day after day. I have to have lots of stuff going on. So
Right.
if I break it up with a focus on being productive in some way, it helped me just like start a lot of projects.
Yeah.
Again, I say failure a lot. Like I failed at a lot of shit, but then I did it. I tried it. That wasn't the right piece. That wasn't the right method. That wasn't the right technique. And then like moving on to trying other stuff
Yeah.
and finding my lane. Finding out that I loved making murals on a brick wall outside more than anything else in my life.
Yeah.
Like finding out I don't just have to be a flat 2D painter
Right.
because that was my major. Like assisted some friends on some sculpture stuff for a couple of years, and like, oh, I can make sculpture. How
Yeah.
can I take my work and make sculpture?
Yeah.
So just like doing it.
Yeah.
And then I got the job with Meow Wolf in 2022. So I felt like it was a right place, right time type of thing. I love community work. I love socializing with other artists, and
Yeah.
it became this like, oh, I'm gonna guaranteed have a check every 2 weeks.
That's huge.
I'm gonna guarantee that I am in an art adjacent job,
Yeah.
and let me go back to splitting up my time. I got my Meow Wolf time where I am artist liaison,
Yeah.
and I have my artist time where I'm like Will Heron.
Yeah.
And I get to start balancing those things again, which I had practiced for years as a teacher.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of artists that don't recognize that maybe you can make, and I'm gonna like fumble trying to even get the sentence out.
Yeah.
But I think if let's say that I sold something for like $20,000, right? But it comes in one big chunk. To me, I can do less with that than if it came in small amounts, but it was dependable income.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that I'll end up like spending a whole bunch here and there, and
Totally.
then when I get to 20, it's all spent.
Yeah.
It's gone. And so like dependable income
Yeah.
is so huge to like help your practice
Totally.
grow.
And I think, especially with artists or creatives, there's a lot of anxiety around like, when's my next project?
Right.
When's my next check coming in?
Mhm.
So I've told a ton of students that were trying to get into creative, jobs that like, sometimes it feels a little like selling your soul to not be in your studio 100% of the time.
Mhm.
But there is something you're giving yourself. It's like a gift to yourself. If in that studio time, you're not sitting around like anxious, worried about where money's coming from.
Right.
Worried about why is no one buying this painting? Why is no galleries picking up this sculpture
Yes.
work? Like,
yes.
it has freed me.
The anxiety.
It's freed me.
Yeah.
If I want to work on a crystal cactus sculpture,
Yeah.
I hope it sells.
Mhm.
I hope it goes in a gallery. But I have zero anxiety of needing to profit off of it.
Yeah.
I want to make it. I need to make it.
Mhm.
I know I have a check coming in from Meow Wolf.
Yeah.
So like, there's a certain freedom that comes along with like taking a job in the arts.
Yeah.
And I really try to recommend to especially like emerging artists, like try to find something. It doesn't have to be full time, but find something art adjacent.
Right.
Work in a gallery 20 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
Docent at the local museum for 15 hours a week.
We love docents.
Do something.
Yeah.
Do something that you're still surrounded by arts, but you know, once a week, twice a week, once a month, you know you have a check coming in that is zero dependent on the art you're making.
Right.
And I think that's very freeing. Of course, the dream is to like be making art that people want, and it's in every gallery and in every museum, and like you know you're gonna make millions of dollars off of it.
Right.
But I think that those are more outliers than like real working, practicing artists.
100%.
So like, get you a full-time job.
Yeah.
But if nothing else, like try to find a partner. Work in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Hang art in your local coffee shop. Work in a coffee shop 15 hours a week, but then like your rent is paid.
Yeah.
And if you need food at the store, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And it's very freeing to what you create or what you dream up.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer creating to make money.
Yeah.
It's authentically creating to make work.
Yeah. And I feel like even if artists are having a really good like year, right? Like we're selling a bunch of work and it's going really great, and it's like this is, you know, I made like $280,000. We're gonna be fine.
Sounds
you
great.
have no idea what the market is gonna do next year.
100%.
And you know, I mean, you can, and it has nothing to do with your art.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that your art is bad all of a sudden or anything. You can't control the market.
Totally.
And there's so many like ups and downs, and like you're like, oh my god, like what happened? I spent all that money because I thought it was just gonna keep coming, and it didn't. But if you have your fun, really cool art adjacent job, you get to go to New York and do all these studio visits anyways.
Totally.
And you get to pay all your bills, which is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
And I think it's hard to make art in a state of constant anxiety.
It is.
And I think a lot of artists go through that. I've been through it for sure. I'm not like immune to it, but it's harder on your brain and on your hands and on your creative practice if there's always this tie back to money and success. Yeah. Rather than like making art to share or making something that is your visual language in art form. Like it is freeing to not have that anxiety all the time.
And I mean, a lot of people I think get into art because they're like, this is what I love, this is what I'm good at, this is what I want to do. But you're not gonna love it if because unfortunately we live in this really shitty late capitalist society.
I've heard of it.
And and you know, it's like exactly what you're saying. You're going to be so stressed, and then you're gonna reach a point, kind of, I'm not trying to like cast this on anybody, but you might reach a point where you're just like deeply depressed in the studio trying to pursue this dream, and then you're going to find yourself wondering like, why am I doing this at all?
Absolutely.
And then you're going to get really burned out, and it's not
And on top of I think one of the skills artists learn hopefully early on, because it's not an easy skill or life practice, but like being an artist comes with a ton of rejection. And so being rejected for something you believe so much in is like hard. So again, having some other thing almost makes that rejection easier. I apply to Mural Fest all year long. I get rejected from 80% of them. And if that was my bread and butter and the only thing I was making money from, that would be super depressing. So like dealing with rejection, reflecting on rejection, and creating mechanisms for yourself to like keep making shit. Because that's the key. Like, don't let the rejection get you down. That's the hard part.
I think that happens. I got rejected for something like yesterday.
It is I am so steel skinned now. Like I don't care. Like you don't like my art. My art's not for you, boo. That's fine. That's totally cool. It used to like make me really butthurt when I was 21. Now I know it's just like, okay, not meant to be for this project, for this gallery show, for this public artwork. Like it's not meant to be. And whatever practice I did to apply for and do the thing is only helpful. I curated
something once, and then after curating it, you kind of realize like, oh, none of this is personal. Like none of this should be taken like, oh my god, they rejected me as a human being. Like no, there was 300 people that applied.
And at the same time, this is like the most personal thing you're giving to the world.
Yeah,
like your art is like for me is the deepest, darkest, whatever thing I have to share with the world. So it's so personal.
Yeah.
But also like
yeah,
this has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
This is the scenario, the place, the time, the money, all of it.
Yeah. Some of it is like it's maybe even like themed. And it's not that your work was bad, it just didn't fit the theme.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the whatever.
Or when the city of Dallas wants a new giant deep elm beautiful mural, but it has to be in color.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me. It's not for me. I love it. I should believe in what I'm doing, and I believe in what I'm doing. So like, that's fine.
Yeah. Well,
don't take it personal.
You're also not like hurting for murals. Your murals are everywhere. Like everywhere. I'm like trying to buy something at the mall, and I'm like, oh, Will did an installation here. Like,
I'm annoying. I'm sorry.
No, it's not annoying.
Hope you like cactus.
It's impressive. I'll be like looking for a place to park, and I'm like, oh, there's Will again.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it's fantastic, and I think that a lot of people will maybe hear what we're saying and think like, I don't want to get a job because I'm not going to have time to like do this or that. You do so much. Yeah. And not only are you like really prolific, you also still find the time to do like self-promotion and marketing, because I see you at like, and I don't go to a lot of stuff, but whenever I do, I'm running into you. Like you're at open studios, you're at, you know, opening receptions, you know, like there'll be parties that I missed that people will bring up that you were there in a story, and I'm like, oh, cool. So I mean, you're finding time to do everything you need to do.
Yeah.
And I think that people, like what you're saying, they're not doing what you're talking about. And I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm blaming people for
sure.
Time management, but I'm really just saying how excellent you are, like where you started to think of time as a commodity, and you can really see the evidence of that in the way you're living your life and how you're spending the time.
Yeah. And you gotta like work for it. Like it's not handed to you.
Yeah.
I think like going to the gallery openings, going to friend shows, going to artist talks, like it's using your commodity of time, but you never know where that one gallery owner is at the same show and sees your lapel pin and wants, you know, you never know what these connections lead to in the future. You never know that might be your new best artist collaborator sitting next to you at the contemporary opening. You just don't know. So like I try to push people, especially like younger, my old students, people in the emerging, like how did you get so many walls? I want that. I've been trying, I can't get that. And I'm like, it wasn't handed to me. It's like I worked for it. I went to all these shows, I went to all these openings, I still go to all these openings. Like put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like let people know you want to do it. And then again, if you're not getting walls, like paint in the fabrication yard every weekend.
Yeah.
Don't wait for somebody to like come hand you an opportunity. Make your own opportunities.
Right.
Ask your sister if you can paint her kitchen backsplash. You know, like find other opportunities for you to practice your skill, create your artistic vision, and don't wait for people to just hand you something.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, the more it comes back to you.
Yeah. When we first moved into the studio, I met you, and then like I think shortly after like the Dallas Art Fair happened, and I went with Jeremy, and we were like walking around, and somebody that I didn't know, I don't think not either of us really knew this girl, but she was like somehow started a conversation with us, and we had mentioned that everybody was going to the Tin District, you know, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm in 707, and there was this girl who was like, oh, Will Heron is in there, right? And I was like, yeah, like, you know, like, and I was like, I think his last name's Heron though.
yeah, like close.
But they were like on Instagram. But that's what I mean is they don't even know you, but they know you.
Perfect.
And like you're so active.
Yeah.
That, you know, I'm running into people that, you know, are just like, I don't know him, but like I know of him and this and that. And so like, it's getting out there and you're doing all this stuff.
Yeah. And we live in a really cool time. I don't know if I would have my current success, and I have a lot more to do. I don't know if I'd have my current success if we didn't live in this like 21st technological world. Because again, while I'm waiting around for stuff to happen 15 years ago, like I'm out tagging spray paint stuff and posting it on Instagram.
Right.
And Instagram specifically allowed me to like connect with strangers, people who are future fans, whatever it is. Like it was a way for me to like put my art out there for others to connect with.
Yeah.
Different from like 100 years ago with galleries or museums or patrons or whatever. Like the technology and the over-connectedness we have in our modern tech times.
Yeah.
Sometimes terrible. but it really like allowed me to like get into people's minds or be seen by people that otherwise like I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. We love Instagram?
Instagram's dead, but you know, like, do I still use it all the
Yeah,
time?
yeah. Yeah.
Have I followed artists for years and years, and then
Yeah.
like gone to Miami and like met the real artist in
Yeah,
real life,
yeah.
and then it's like, oh, that's so fucking cool
Yeah,
that
thank
like
you, Instagram. I
you're
guess.
a real person,
Yeah.
and now we can stay in touch because of some dumb social media app,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
otherwise we wouldn't. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good and bad.
Yeah.
And TikTok's trash. Do I use it? Absolutely.
Right.
Like they're all.
Yeah.
There's good and bad of everything.
Yeah.
And I try to use it for the good part.
Yeah.
And also remember, it's like not real.
Right. Something that's
like
amazing.
you can be an Instagram artist and you're not making work.
Right.
So like that's not real.
Yeah.
So like how do you find the medium?
There's so many people that I followed on Instagram for like 100 years. So in my mind, they're huge artists.
Yeah.
They're like massive artists. And then you meet them and they're not. And like,
Yeah.
you know all the same people.
Yeah.
You talk to them and you go see their studio and everything and you're like, oh, we're the same.
Yeah.
But in your head, they're giant.
Totally.
I met this artist, his name's Yeshua Close.
Okay.
And he has a studio out in the Bronx somewhere, and I was doing that fair out in New York, and I saw him walking down the aisle of the fair, and I like fangirled. I was just like, oh my God, like that's him, like I have to meet him, I have to get a picture. And then just talked to him for a little bit, and he was just like, hey. And then like realized we had all these mutual friends.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you just come out to the studio whenever.
Yeah.
It's just a normal dude.
Regular people.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then like, I said yeah, like that was disappointing. I didn't mean it to sound like that. I meant like yeah.
No, it's wild. I wouldn't have, Dan.
Yeah.
Is one of my like closest
Yeah.
art homies.
Yeah.
And we met through Instagram.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I
didn't
had a
know that.
show here in West Dallas. I was like doing a little like project house.
Yeah.
I put on the internet, like, come see this project we're working on, and I invited 6 artists to like put stuff in this house, and we were being silly pre Meow Wolf days,
Yeah.
installing a house with ridiculous trash art. And yeah, she showed up with 7,000 followers. And
Yeah.
was like, I saw your thing on Instagram and just wanted to say hi and whatever.
Yeah.
We did a show together 6 months later at that same house.
Yeah.
And now what? It's like 8 years later, and like I learned sculpture from her.
Yeah.
I've done so much growth in my art practice and human practice from her, and it's like I don't thank Instagram for that, but like
Right.
it's how you connect with people.
Yeah.
It's like that's why you gotta put your stuff out there.
Yeah.
If I didn't make a project house to spend $400 on rent of this like decrepit, falling apart house to put art in, like I wouldn't have a ton of these relationships and things in my life because of it.
Yeah.
So you just like gotta do it. You gotta
Yeah.
put yourself out there. Put yourself on the internet. Put yourself out in real life. Like just do it.
Yeah. Can I go somewhere that we weren't planning on going on?
Yeah.
Which is you talking about like the use of social media and like putting yourself out there and like the opportunities that you've gotten from that and like why that's important.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like, again, granted me so much opportunity, relationships. To me, it's also almost like after school, there's no longer assignments or deadlines.
Right.
But for me, I think of Instagram as like if I'm posting something about a project or a mural or whatever, that's a deadline, right?
Yeah,
like
it
I
is.
can't post half a mural.
Right, you can't. Well, you
So-
could, but it'd be weird.
Or right, if I've been working on a mural for 3 weeks and I could work on it for another 3 weeks, like no, I reached my deadline.
Right.
Let me post this thing. Let me wrap this up. Let me move on to the next thing. So that's the good for me. It's like it
These
forces you to put
self-imposed-
yourself out there.
Yeah.
It's a great way to reflect. It's a great portfolio.
Oh, that's true.
If you don't want to build your website, if you don't
Yeah.
know how to build a portfolio, like the number of jobs I've gotten by sending my Instagram link,
Yeah, that's
and
huge.
that's it. It is it's a functioning, working portfolio.
Yeah.
And then there's the bad, and I think that's also important to talk about. Like, there's Instagram envy or social media envy.
Yeah.
Seeing my friends pop off, and I'm sitting in my dark studio, like sometimes you're like, am I not good enough? Is my art not good enough? Am I not doing the thing? And I think like being able to recognize it is important.
Yeah.
And not too philosophical, but like ultimately realizing like it's also not real.
Right.
So
None of it's
giving
real.
it some reality,
Yeah.
and that is your art, and that is who you are. But then it's also like that is not real.
Yeah.
That's only sharing what you're wanting to share and these like positive, pretty, complete things. It's not sharing the depression and the guts and the like crap that comes with being an artist.
Yeah.
So I have to remind myself like that's also true. You can have both things. It is absolutely real and it's also like not real at all.
Yeah. Did you meet my friend Hugo Juarez? He used to hang out here. He lives in like Washington now or something. But
Okay.
he hit me up the other day and was like, "What's going on? Like, what are you doing?" And I told him like what we were talking about earlier, where I was like, "Oh, I got this museum show like in New York and LA, and I got this thing," and I sent him all this stuff. And he's a really good friend.
Okay.
And so he texted me back and he was like, "Remember that none of this is real, and that this is all just designed by them to make you chase them."
Period.
And I was like, all right. Like, yeah. At first I was like, you could have just said like, congratulations. But I was also like, no, like you're a good enough friend that like, that you're like, hey dude.
That's a good friend.
Yeah, that is a good friend. That's a really good friend. And I was
not the end either. You didn't reach your peak.
No.
You got like more shit to do.
Yeah.
So.
And I didn't, I wasn't thinking like what he was saying or what you just said and like keeping that perspective. Because if I allow myself to get like hyped up by that, when those opportunities disappear, I'm just gonna fall into a deep depression.
Of course.
I'm gonna be like, oh no, I have nothing going on, and inevitably I will have nothing going on.
And at the same time, like
goes.
celebrating yourself and celebrating the work you put into it, because that's important too. Like recognition, but also like we're all gonna die, and none of this is real.
We are
Absolutely.
gonna die. I hate thinking about that.
No, it's good for me. It gives me
so
content.
Mad. It feels there's something. This has nothing to do with. I'm sorry.
Sorry, pause.
I have. Sometimes I can lay in bed and just think about how I'm gonna die, and it makes me so mad because it feels so unfair. Because I'm like, what did I do? You know, like
I find it so freeing.
Really?
Yeah, in a non-nihilistic, non-depressive way, like knowing it matters now and it's not gonna matter forever. So like, yeah. So street art helps with that whole temporal thing too. Like I work my ass off. I spend hours in the sun and doing the thing and putting it out there, and like I know for sure the wall will not exist forever. And there's something comforting to me about that.
Yeah.
Is it getting painted over in a year? Maybe. Is the wall gonna get demoed in 5 years? Maybe. Is it just gonna like decompose and whatever? But I can promise myself like it is temporary.
Yeah.
And that helps with the whole like, we're gonna die.
Muralists are really good at that. You were talking about the murals,
Yeah.
and then you had mentioned something that always really impresses me, which is you'd mentioned it's hot, it's not.
Yeah.
The painting murals,
It's a beast.
which it's like a physical sport.
For sure.
You're like sweating, and then you're like physically sore the next day. It's not fun.
Or you're up in a lift.
Why
and
do
it's
you
60
do that?
feet in the
So
air,
why?
Great question.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of things out of my control and makes it hard.
Yeah.
Weather, rain.
You're afraid of heights too.
I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah.
I did a big wall a couple years ago that was like 65 feet tall, and once I got to the top, I was like, what?
Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Yeah.
And I have these dreams of like 10-story murals and whatever.
Yeah.
And then getting into it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm scared of heights. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, push yourself. Like, it's all about pushing yourself.
Right.
And doing the thing. And I try to focus on like what are the core things I'm trying to do with my work. And as a public school teacher, there was something that I was so drawn to about public work because it's like accessible and free.
Right.
So for like some of my students that like would never go to the Dallas Museum of Art, would never go to a gallery opening and wear something fancy, this was an art they could access. So I love the idea of like, it's large scale, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I love this idea of just like being in the public realm, and it's up to the people passing by. Do they want to stop and look at it and interact with it and view it? Do they just want to like pay it no mind? But it's like it's free and there's no barriers on who's allowed to see it, enjoy it, take meaning out of it.
Right.
It's public.
Yeah.
And I find that to be like so freaking cool.
Yeah. You're the only muralist that we're interviewing.
Oh God.
Which so I would love to, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you share a little bit of like how that works, like price wise, right? Because this is professional development, so there's a lot of students that maybe are like gonna want to get into it, and they're gonna have like really basic questions, I'm sure, like how are you pricing this? Are you charging by the square foot? Like what's going on?
There's no right answer.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I say right, like I know, I don't know that, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, would you mind sharing? Because I think what a lot of artists don't realize when they get into this, and they quickly find out, is that you're running a business.
Absolutely.
You're a business owner.
You're an accountant, you're a PR manager, you're a marketer,
Yeah.
you are a legal counsel, you're
You're
all
negotiating
the
the
things.
contracts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, to your question, getting into mural work, I think goals in mind. Like someday I want to be making thousands of dollars to paint walls publicly. Have your goals. But know like the first few, you're going to do a lot of negotiating and sacrificing just to get up, just to get the mural up. So price-wise, I think I started with, when did I start with my murals? I did a couple for free. Like you're allowing me
Portfolio stuff.
You're allowing me to paint the random tiny wall in the public library somewhere. Yeah, I'd love to do it.
Nice.
Aaron Cluley, actually, back in the day, like 2014, 13, something like that, had a show and invited me to like paint on an abandoned building. And at that time, again, I didn't have any huge public work in the city. So she was like, I'll cover supplies, and I'd love to give you more, but like that's all we can manage. I'll give you supplies and a wall. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let's go.
What day I'll be there.
And that wall got me my first Oak Cliff wall. And
Nice.
that Oak Cliff wall, he was like, I have a 25-foot giant wall. You can do whatever you want, and I'll give you $250.
Okay.
So would I ever take that job now? Like, absolutely not.
Right.
But back then, little tiny budding artist wearing, like, hell yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I spent like 5 weeks to get $250. I probably spent $400 on supplies.
Yeah.
So it was a loss.
Yeah.
But that wall got me 4 more walls because
Yeah.
people were driving by it on
Yeah.
Davis Street every day. So early on, I think just like do it. Like get what you can, try to get some supplies covered. Tell yourself or ask yourself, what are you willing to basically pay for? Because at that point, you're paying your time and sometimes even your money to make it happen.
Yeah.
And then once it's real, then you can start, pushing back a little bit. And then I think the smartest thing to do is square footage and start low. So I do a square footage price per square foot. So emerging artists, maybe it's like $4 a square foot, $5 a square foot. Once I had like 20 walls, I'm like 3 or 4 years into my career, like $18 a square foot.
Right, yeah.
And then I think you get to kind of then move that scale around for how the project works.
Yeah.
If it's a huge wall and you know this is a nonprofit, they're not going to pay you $50 a square foot.
Right.
So do you want the wall or not? And are you willing to go down to $12 a square foot?
Yeah.
And I think once you're really doing it and you have a real portfolio, then start pricing it out. I do a range typically. So like I'm gonna charge $25 to $60 a square foot. That works within your budget.
Yeah.
And that just helps give an estimate. You get that big number from the math, and then you're still gonna negotiate
Yeah.
after that. But I think early on, get up,
Yeah.
get your walls up, and then start playing with the math of what you are willing to put your work up for.
Yeah. Whenever you do the math for like what you're doing per square foot, does the number for like materials and equipment and everything, does it come out of that number as well, or is that separate?
I try to do an all-encompassing number. Another thing I recommend is like a lot of artists are taking advantage of for their brains and their ideas. If it's a legit company, if it's the Ubers and the Taco Cabanas and the IBMs of the world, like you should charge for a design fee. So you're interested in my work, thank you so much. I charge $200 to give you a deck of all my ideas. And then beyond that deck, we can settle on what the price is. And I think that's really important. There's a lot of artists that are taking advantage of, where they're asked to concept and do proposals for nothing. And your studio time and your concept time is important. But do a little design fee is what I call it. If it's a nonprofit, $50.
Right.
$50 for me to design all this stuff for you, and we can decide after that if we want to do it. If they're bigger, like charge them.
Yeah.
And then you can do your square footage number. Then you can do the okay, it was $250 to make all these ideas, and now I need $5K for this wall at this square footage, and also be be conscious of what the design is. Be conscious of what the wall material is. I charge more for really porous, terrible brick walls
That's
than an indoors, air-conditioned, super flat white wall. Those are different things. The indoor super flat white walls, a much easier project, than being outside on grouted brick that you have to prime that will be very hard to paint straight lines on. So like, that's why I give a scale range for my square footage, because the $25 a square foot might be that really bougie interior flat wall that's brand new.
Right.
And like, no, you're gonna pay $75 a square foot for this really difficult wall that's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah. When you first put all that together and you start thinking this way, and like the first time you turned in like a solid bid where you were like, okay, I'm gonna need like a scissor lift, and I'm gonna need this, I'm gonna need that.
Yeah.
Did you have like anxiety turning it in the
Absolutely.
first time where you're like, this is a huge number?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
And also like, I was told no.
Oh, you were told no?
Yeah,
Really?
I've been told no all the time.
Yeah.
And then you're deciding, is this wall worth it for me to sacrifice X, Y, and Z to do it on a ladder for the next 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Is that worth it? Am I willing to pay $2,000 of my own dollars to get my own lift and lose that from my budget? Like, that's where you decide, is it worth it?
Yeah. Well, have you ever turned in a budget that was just insane that you were like, there's no way they're going to pay this?
Yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh,
now I have to do it. Yeah. Oh, now, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
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 And I mean, that's just like, that's part of the mural game.
Yeah.
And you'll have people that come to you and they like are like, we have non-negotiable, this is the budget we have. Do you want to do it? And then you get to decide like, okay, maybe I do a simpler design because they don't have enough money. Maybe it's not the super complex, super detailed thing because like I'm not getting paid for my time in that way.
Yeah.
It's like I would love to give the audience a clear answer, but there's like never a clear formula or clear answer. I think like have some guideposts and then like have a hopefully good inner dialogue with yourself of what are you willing to do and will you be happy doing it?
Yeah.
Or relatively happy doing it.
So like the actual like logistics of getting it done, like let's say, because I'm sure it's going to be like a solid week of working on it. How do you manage that with everything else that you have going on, like at Meow Wolf? Like, do they give you the week off?
I'm super upfront with all my jobs, so my mural jobs I take, they are aware that like I have to go into Meow Wolf at least once a week, and I will be answering emails sometimes on the lift and whatever, and vice versa. Like when I took the Meow Wolf job, like the reason it is my dream job is like sometimes I'm gonna have I just had a mural in Temple, Texas. So I'm gonna be out of office for 10 straight days, available by phone.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna be on site, able to fix something on site because I will be gone for 10 days. And they are more than happy to support my artistic practice, which is why it's a dream. They want me making art.
Yeah.
They want me getting projects.
I love that.
And it's all balance.
I can imagine some of our, like the people watching this video going like I'll go get a job, but I mean that's a sick job. You work at Meow Wolf, like,
It's good.
I'm gonna end up working at like Taco Cabana
For sure.
So
but it didn't like pop out of nowhere.
That's
Not to cut you off, but like I didn't just like, hey Will, you want to work for Meow Wolf? Good job.
Yeah.
It's like no, I did a project house by myself with my own money, paying rent $400 a month to put up other artists in this project house and install it every other 2 months for nothing other than like I wanted to do it.
Right.
And that connected me with all these people. If I didn't have that experience for 3 years in West Dallas,
Right.
I maybe wouldn't have felt confident to run a mural fest in West Dallas 2 years later. If I wasn't curating a mural fest in Dallas and all the struggles and woes that deal with dealing with 20 different artist personalities and 20 different artist styles and rejecting artists for their work and other things, I would never be in the realm to be considered for an artist liaison role at Meow Wolf. So it's like, you have to make the opportunities you seek happen. You know, like they did not knock on my door and just give me this amazing, perfect job. Like, I worked my ass off teaching. I worked my studio practice off. I did a fucking project installation house for years and years for no benefit other than I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like I created those opportunities.
Yes.
So then, like, when this artist liaison job came around, like, yeah, I'm connected to a lot of the artist community. Yeah, I've worked with a lot of the North Texas artist community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like doing some type A stuff beyond being a type Z artist. So it was a great fit, and I, again, feel very fortunate and lucky to be given that opportunity. But it's like I had to create that opportunity.
Yeah. And I think I'm so grateful that you said that, because like it where you started, I think, is a thing. And a lot of people are like, I could just imagine, right?
You should imagine.
People saying like, well, I'm not going to get that job. It's like, not right now.
Not yet.
But you could, like what you said at the beginning of our conversation, where you were like, volunteer at a gallery, be a docent, and you can like step into it, because you're not just gonna walk into a really wonderful job like
Right.
that. But there's something, and you can kind of like be really faithful with the little opportunity
Totally.
that kind of like leads you to like the larger things.
Totally. And that's why I always say like art adjacent. Like if you're
Yes.
in these art adjacent jobs or art jobs, you gotta figure out like, oh, I don't want to be a college professor. Like I taught for 10 years, I don't want to do that. It's a great career for people, but that's not where I want it to head. Let me assist this sculptor locally, and like, oh, maybe I want to be a sculptor.
Yes.
Let me assist this mural. Oh, maybe I like mural work. Maybe I should try that.
Yeah.
Or I'm standing doceting at a museum. Then like, oh, well, maybe I want to be a curator. Maybe I want, so taking the things allows you to start figuring out what you want to do. Doing that project house in West Dallas in 2015, 16, I could only dream of like anyone in Meow Wolf knowing my name, let alone working for them. But it was like doing that house and staying up till 1 a.m. every night to install a bathroom with leaves.
Right.
Reminded me of things that maybe in the future I do want to do. And so it's like taking those little opportunities to guide what type of art life you want. That's what will get you there.
Yeah.
And again, failing a lot. Like I had to close the project house, and it was the saddest I'd ever been. And like I'm a failure for not being able to sustain this thing. But I didn't see the future growth it would give me with the Mural Fest or this artist liaison job or whatever. And it was the right move at the right time.
Yeah, you look back on it and you're like, oh, that was never meant to be.
It was never meant to be a sustaining thing and my final. Exactly.
Yeah. I love that. This is actually a really great. I love this conversation. This
Me
is
too.
Good. Yeah, I think that this is really helpful. I wish so badly that I could like live stream and take questions, but I haven't figured.
I'm glad you can.
Yeah, right. That one.
So y'all can shoot me an Instagram DM if you have questions.
Oh, thank you for that.
Instagram, I'm very communicative if you need stuff. Because I think all artists can and should be successful. So if I can help in that in any way,
I love that.
send me a DM. That's appropriate.
Slide into those DMs. You heard it from Will.
I'm married. Calm down.
Okay, so also, if you don't mind me saying, your husband, extremely attractive.
Yeah, gorgeous. What are you talking about?
Really hot. So don't even try to slide into those DMs.
Hello, he'll come for you. And
Really
a good assistant
hot.
on these walls.
Surprisingly jacked too.
I know.
So like I wouldn't slide into the DM.
I need to call him. No, but for sure, and he's been so supportive. Hope you surround yourself with people
That's important.
that support your dream.
Yeah.
Because he's not an artist, and he doesn't have a Type Z brain, but he supports my bullshit. So yeah.
What's something that in Will's mind, right? Like we're talking about, like you kind of like looking back on everything and understand. What's something that you wish you would have known when you first started, or like some advice you'd give yourself, or I mean, really give our listeners, like they're just starting out. What's something that you would tell them that you think would be helpful?
I mean, I think I've touched on it a little bit, but like, try not to be as hard on yourself in the failure. I think reflection is good. Failure is bound to happen, but like, don't sit in it too long. And choose forward motion. I think early on I got stuck sometimes, and like, I'm not where I want to be. I don't want to be teaching every day, or I don't want to be, or I want my work in galleries, or I want to be making money off my art. Like, have the goals in mind, have the failures, but don't sit in the failures too long.
Yeah.
Because that is, back to like productive energy, that's like not productive.
Right.
So take the rejection, take the reflection, take the no's, take the failures, feel it, but like, try to put that energy back into forward motion or productive energy.
Yeah.
And also like, I think biggest advice I try to give to people too is like go, put yourself out there. Like put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And that goes with like don't being scared of failure, don't be scared of rejection, but like go to a gallery, meet the gallerist, let them tell you they don't care to ever talk to you again. Like that's fine, but put yourself out there. Like don't be scared to go do it. Don't be scared to go to an art show by yourself.
Right.
Don't be scared to go to the museum by yourself. Don't be don't be scared to post the thing on Instagram even if you're not 100% happy with it. Like put yourself out there and move forward.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes those opportunities or connections or posts will get you farther along than if you had let the inner saboteur win and not put yourself out there.
Yeah.
So really like just go do it.
Yeah. Do the thing.
Put your big boy, big girl boots on and go.
Yeah.
Like go do it.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Go be it.
Go be what you're acting like you want to be, right?
Yeah.
What is it, like dress up for the job you want? Like go do that.
Yeah.
Go be an artist. Go
Right.
go make a creative community.
Yeah.
You don't have artist friends? Go find them.
Right. They're out there.
They're out there.
Yeah. Probably alone in their
Like,
studio.
and probably-
Yeah, looking for friends. I was gonna say. So you talking about like moving forward.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff you touched on, like the project house and these things that you were doing, teaching, all of that stuff. And a question that I've found myself asking everyone we've been interviewing,
Okay.
just like naturally, like I didn't plan on asking it, but it's kind of come up, is how do you know when it's time for you to move on from something? Like how do you know when you're like, you know what, it's time to let this go, and the next thing is, it's time for that.
Yeah, that is a great
That way
question.
people don't get stuck.
That's a great
'cause-
question.
Yeah.
I think maybe like for an artist, I think if you're not accessing flow state ever, that's a sign.
Yeah.
So like teaching was not my flow state, but it pushed me to get into a flow state once or twice a week in my off time.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was a clear answer. There's like you.
It's anecdotal too.
Yeah,
Everybody's been giving different.
it's a feeling, right?
Yeah.
And I think all the themes we kind of discussed in this interview, like I think like stagnation is the enemy.
Yes.
Like feeling stuck is the enemy.
Yeah.
And you can feel short-term stuck, but if there's like a prolonged stuckedness,
Yeah.
like that's your sign. I've been
If
stuck
you're
too
dreading.
long. If you're stuck,
Yeah.
and like you have control to not be stuck, so like do something else to not be stuck.
Oh.
Is that a new job? Maybe. Is that like you could work on the wall for 10 more weeks, but like no, you're stuck. Like finish, you're done the wall. Move to the next project.
Right.
Like get out of the stuck. Like that's on you.
Yeah.
You have a choice to do that with
Yeah.
like huge life problems of like whatever partnerships of galleries you're working with, of like a job you're in. Like it's on you to stay stuck in that for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And it's not saying like the first time you feel stuck, like get out and run.
Right.
But like if that's a constant feeling,
Right.
listen to it and allow yourself the grace to like move on.
Yeah.
Try something else.
Yeah.
And also like you're free to come back to it.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I'm totally allowed to go teach again in 5 years if I want to.
Yeah.
Once I moved on doesn't mean it's over. So like get out of the stuck would be my advice.
Yeah. I feel like the happiest when I quit something.
Yeah.
That I like don't want to do anymore.
And it's scary.
Yeah,
But it's awesome.
It is, yeah, because you're like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do?
Limitless opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm jumping out of order now, but I think that a lot of
You're good,
people
we
would
can
like to know. You know, like I think that people would like to, because we were just talking about how cool your job is and all these things you get to do.
It's great, yeah.
And how that actually circles back to feed your practice.
Totally.
Could you talk a little bit about like what exactly your job is?
My job with Meow Wolf.
Yes.
So I'm the artist liaison, which means I work under the director of artist collaboration, which means any artist we bring into the fold of Meow Wolf as a collaborator, I get to be that middleman. So in like our exhibit here in Grapevine, we have 45 local artists from Texas. So my job is to work for Meow Wolf and make sure Meow Wolf is being properly represented, taken care of, questions are being answered, but also like on the flip side, I am a Dallas artist and making sure Meow Wolf gets what's the gig, who are the artists they should know, who should we be working with, how are
Yeah.
we taking care of our local art community and not coming into a community from Santa Fe and like
Ooh, yeah.
blowing it up. Like
Yeah.
no, this exhibit feels like North Texas.
Yeah.
And it's represented by North Texas talent. So yeah, my job is to build the exhibits with them, work with those local artists to come work with us at Meow Wolf. We did it for Dallas. I got to work with Houston artists, and paint and draw and sculpt inside the Houston exhibit.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we have LA and New York coming up. So since we're pre-exhibit time, it's like flying to New York, meeting cool people, talking to galleries, talking to artists. What's the vibe of New York? What's the vibe of Northeast Artland in the super condensed
Yeah.
mega city? What's
Yeah.
the vibe?
Yeah.
different from what the vibe's going to be in LA and who we're working with in LA and
Right.
what kind of sculpture and sound and installation we want to see in each exhibit. So yeah,
Yeah.
I get to do the really fun part of just like
Yeah.
understanding art community,
Yeah.
hopefully feeling connected to artists,
Yeah.
and being kind of like a point person, being a middleman, being a liaison is my technical
Yeah.
title.
Everything that you're doing, like we can lay it out now looking back and going, this is the perfect roadmap to end up here.
Period.
But it doesn't, or maybe it does. Did it feel like, or were you just kind of like, I guess, how much of it, because you didn't know that opportunity was coming.
I had no idea this job existed.
Yeah.
I had no idea these types of jobs existed. And going back to like junior year in college, I simplified my life down to like, I want to be in and make art.
Yeah.
And I did not know how.
Yeah.
It wasn't I need to be in a museum by 45. It was not I need to have 30 murals across 20 cities by, like I didn't know. I simplified it down that year to like, I want to be in art and I want to make art.
Yeah.
And like now retrospectively, like I'm way beyond anything I could have imagined.
Yeah.
Being able to do and get paid for with a badass company like Meow Wolf or with amazing artist friends or in a art community like Tin District with crazy studio mates. But like I had no idea this type of life could exist at all.
Yeah.
I couldn't have dreamed it up, and I feel so fortunate to have landed here.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, like I'm not done. Like
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where I'm at in 20 years from now. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what things I didn't know existed from these opportunities.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what art I'm making in 20 years.
Yeah. I want to praise you for something that you haven't said yet,
Oh,
but
God.
that you do really well. And that's that you're very charismatic, you're very likable,
Very nice.
and you're extremely dependable. Like, I know that I've never been somewhere, brought you up, someone be like, I don't like that guy.
Trash.
Like, that doesn't happen.
Trash.
Everybody has, like, good things to say about you.
That's very sweet.
And that's because when you show up, you're like 100% there.
That's a
Even
choice.
though you're doing all of this stuff, I know that like if I was curating something and they're like, we need a muralist and we're considering Will, I would be like, that's a great choice, because if you get him in there, he's going to be really professional. He's going to get the job done, and you can,
fun.
yeah, and you can count on this person.
Yeah.
And I'm sure even you know that not all muralists are like that.
No, or artists, or
Yeah, humans
gallerists,
in general. And
I made that choice.
yeah,
Besides being a Capricorn,
Yeah.
it's a choice. I've had really dark, crazy, depressive, whatever you want to say, things happen in my life, and like those don't get to run my life, and I get to choose how, when people walk away from being with me, how they feel. Or I don't even get to choose that. I get to choose my actions, words,
yeah,
personality, what I share and don't share. I get to choose all of that.
yeah,
And I want it to be good. I want it to be fun. I want to be dependable.
yeah,
And that's a choice.
mm-hmm.
And it's work.
Yeah.
But
I think
everyone has that power. It's
Right.
not like unique to me. Everyone has that power.
Yeah.
So like find the things that drive you and make you whole, and find the relationships that make you whole. Cut off the ones that don't. Like
Yeah.
do the things that feed your soul.
I feel like people, when they approach art and they jump into it, they don't realize just how far that alone takes you.
Yeah.
Just being dependable, being easy to work with, doing what you say you're gonna do when you say you're gonna do it.
You can be difficult and mean when you're like prolific and famous and shit, but like no. Like starting out you need to be nice. You need to be respectful.
Yeah.
You need to do what you say you're gonna do.
Yeah.
You don't get to be a diva early on.
Yeah. And it's not always easy to do that. I'm sure people are like
Yeah.
almost trying to get a negative reaction out of you sometimes. They're like they're difficult to work with.
Yeah.
And in that moment, you have to choose to like respond, not react,
course,
and sort
yeah.
of like, okay, let me.
I get to walk away doing all I can to be a good human.
Yeah.
And if other people don't want to do that, that's on them.
Yeah.
And that's on psychology.
Yeah. Right. The other major, the the other side.
Yeah, and
that's
life
still-
is short and silly, so I'd rather be enjoying as much of it as I can,
Yeah.
including with other people. So
Yeah.
that's very sweet of you to say.
I mean all of it. This is really good. I think we covered a lot. And I
Yeah.
think, is there anything else you want to touch on or say or?
No,
Yeah. I think we're good.
I think it's good.
Yeah. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah,
and
of course.
talking to
This was
me.
so much fun.
Yeah.
I'll see you at the studio.
Yes, for sure. Cool. Thanks.